So what I'm going to do is basically go over the new features that we've added in 6.4, and I'll go a little earlier because not everybody's on our 6 series yet. So just to explain most people, or a lot of people are on the version 5 series, and then we got a version 6 series. The reason the new kind of naming sequence for the numbering sequence is because the 6 series does have more requirements for your server and things like that. So it requires basically 64-bit server. We're using some new technology basically that takes advantage of the 64-bit capabilities. For one thing, 32-bit servers only have, I think it's a maximum of 4 gigabytes of memory, whereas a 64-bit system can go whatever. So we utilize that memory, and to do that, what we use it for basically is in your searches and your caches and everything like that. So, you know, just as a quick one, because not everybody has seen this part, is we basically put kind of we're not putting this on paper because we get sued, but we kind of have like what's called like a Google search inside of everything. So this is everywhere. So if I type in the word, say Toronto, so this is everybody I've sold something in the city of Toronto to. If I want to find a particular part number I sold them, I can type a part number. So that now I got 4 sales, 4 orders that I sold that particular part number to. And I can continue to drill down more and more by more and more words. And I can also go, say, to customers here, and I'll just turn a filter off, and type in the word Sally, and there's, you know, the name with this person's Johnson Sally A. Esquire, but also came up with Harding TV repairs. The reason that came up, you'll go into it, we'll see that Sally Harding is the contact. So it really searches inside, everywhere inside the database. Even things like, if I type the word watch, these people came up. Why did they come up? If I go into one of them, I see that under communications, I've got difficult to deal with, watch their account carefully. They found that single word inside there. So, and I can type in multiple words to go all through that. The second big thing about the version 6 series is we have the capability of filtering. So each module allows you to add a filter and create your own custom filters. So there's my whole inventory list. These are one I created called negative inventory. So just my negative inventory comes up, or just my one called test 1, 2, 3, which has a filter that's called product code is one of these 4, and the on hand is greater than 0. Here's one I created called needs ordering. So this is basically anything that's got a reorder point that's fallen below, blah, blah, blah. So I've set the back order is greater than 0 and the on order is less than 1. So you can create all these custom filters to the system, okay? Including in all the new modules. So the new modules now are accounts receivable, accounts payable, general ledger, and as of, well, it's not quite released yet, our final one is Canadian payroll. So in accounts receivable now, I can go in, there's my AR. Really easy to find out who's over 120, but I just sort it, so, oh wow, those are all the people over 120. If I now want to use one of my filters, I can do so by choosing an over 120 filter. And that just basically sets this up here where it says is over 120 is not equal to 0. And I can keep adding more and more to this, where their name contains or is less than or greater than or whatever. I keep adding more and more and more filters, and so it brings that list down lower and lower. So I'll just delete these last 2. So now I've got this list, and I want to give this to my collections person, and I want to move that over, and I want their customer number in front. I want it sorted by their balance, so the person that owes the most money at the top. Simply hit the export button, put the file someplace like that, and then open file. So what happens is I've created my own little custom report. So what it did was it put, if I bring this down a bit, the order I've got these columns in is the exact same order as the Excel spreadsheet. The sort method was my balance. The sort method is my balance in the Excel spreadsheet as well. So we passed all that information. So realistically, what we've done for you is added an owner-manager type of report writer where you don't need to know a lot of things about, like for instance in Crystal, where you need to have pretty good knowledge to create custom reports. Now, of course, it hasn't got all the capability of Crystal, but it gives you some very good, quick reports that you want to send off or print. And that export button is absolutely everywhere. It's in the customer list, it's in the accounts payable, it's in inventory, it's in all the different parts of the program. Okay? All right, what's new? Some of the stuff you don't care about, setup and installation parts, but the export I've done, I brought this so I don't forget anything. So just a little bit about the accounts payable and receivable modules. So in the receivables again, and I'm going to go into a customer, say, oh, look at some of these bad ones here. And I want to send off a statement to everybody that owes me 120. I can just highlight them all, hit the print button, choose account statements, hit the email button, choose the contact 1, 2, or 3, whatever I'm sending it to. Choose a template of statement strong warning. So it's saying our records show the account is very overdue until cleared up, you're not able to ship any more product. You customize how you want this to look. You hit send mail and out those emails go. Because it passes whoever I've highlighted back to that report.
This is real data that you.
Pardon?
It's not real data that you do.
This data? No. Matter of fact, earlier this week, I was looking at my data I was going to use. I had nobody in current, nobody in 30, nobody in 60. Everybody was in 90 and 120. So I figured I better clean it up a little bit. Yeah, that'd be pretty sad, wouldn't it? So if I go into one of these, so you see, here's the AR, and you know, same as Business Vision, I can highlight what I want to pay, and I can view the journal entry. But let's say I want to view this invoice, for instance. You can do this in Business Vision's AR module too, but let's say I now want to reverse this invoice. Instead of closing out this and going into my billing module, I can just hit credit. I hit the credit button, it brings up the invoice as a credit, and I don't have to keep it exactly what it was. I can tweak it still, and then invoice it again. So right from the AR module, I'm doing my credits. Let's say, again, I'm going to close that one. If I'm, again, in my AR module, I'm looking at this, I'm a bit concerned. I want to see what else they owe us. I can just hit the open customer button. When I open up a customer, I can look at what all their other sales orders are too. So without leaving this module again, I'm looking directly at the open orders button. And maybe I'm thinking, well, it's not too bad. Let's see how good of a customer they are. Look at their history. They only ever bought 4 things from us. So we're going to say, well, forget it. We're going to put them on hold. So we can do so by just editing the on hold flag at that point. Again, without leaving the AR module.